Assalamu alaikum ninjas, welcome back, your ninja Muhammad with another epic comparison. We're having a POCO X3 Pro and POCO X4 Pro. We'll be doing a screen design side-by-side comparison also with the cameras. So we will see what this 48 megapixel can do next to this 108 megapixel, the POCO X4 Pro. The display versions, of course, we have IPS versus AMOLED panel, guys, which is going to be very, very interesting. And I've done already a separate battery comparison between these two phones, and you're gonna see shocking results, guys. Please make sure to watch those videos. Anyway, let's begin with the videos. We have the by the way, we'll have the buying links in the description to purchase POCO X4 Pro on hekka.com. $10 discount coupon also included for you, my special discount coupon, so please make sure to use it. For now, POCO X3 Pro, you can buy it on Banggood and AliExpress. I will leave the links also for this one. Let's begin. Just Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Here we go, finally side-by-side comparison. I'm having here in my left side the POCO X4 Pro and my right side POCO X3 Pro, $250 each. It's a bit more difficult to get POCO X3 Pro right now for $250. They're selling for $270, $280 right now because of Corona and war in Europe and all the prices going up, guys. To be honest, POCO X4 Pro maybe doesn't have the same chip. It's still very interesting device, guys. Obviously, it's targeting specific group as the POCO X3 Pro, the gamers. And indeed, the gamers still the best gaming phone in the world for this price tag under $270. So quickly, guys, you can buy them both, like I told you, with my links in the description. Support me in that way. We will first compare here the design-wise, the camera bumps there, the camera setup, what kind of buttons it has, the display and everything. So let's see here, the POCO X3 Pro, guys. Let me just put it, sorry for that, I'm gonna just put this on the left side since POCO X3 Pro is a bit, it's older device, so let's just put it on the left and a new one in the right hand. You can immediately notice here the brightness. The brightness is obviously this beast over here has such a great quality display. Anyway, so 9.4mm thickness for the POCO X3 Pro, 8.1mm thickness for the POCO X4 Pro. Regarding the heaviness, POCO X3 Pro is heavier, 215 grams versus 202 grams, so slightly lighter the POCO X4 Pro. But guys, what we have to tell you that the camera bump here with the POCO X4 Pro, it is, in my opinion, a little bit thicker. Let me just see, a little bit thicker here. Still, POCO X3 Pro has a thicker bump, but when we consider here what kind of setup they use, this another plate, like another chocolate sized part here for the camera, plus another bump for the 108 megapixel camera sensor. On the right side, we have a fingerprint sensor, power button, and volume rocker on both of these devices. There you go. On the top, we have an IR blaster, noise cancelling microphone and speaker out, of course, and the dual speaker, the earpiece, while of course, the POCO X4 Pro has a headphone jack on the top. The POCO X3 Pro has a headphone jack on the bottom. SD card expansion on both of them, Type-C USB port, main speaker and main microphone. For the X3 Pro, dual SIM slot is on the left side, guys. Nothing on the left side for the POCO X4 Pro. That's it. Anyway, design-wise, great design of both of these devices, guys. But screen-to-body ratio here, it is better with the POCO X4 Pro. It is noticeable. Check it out on the bottom. Thinner bezels on the side, and slightly thinner bezels on the top also for the POCO X4 Pro. Backside, both of these devices come with the plastic, of course, frames, but here we have, of course, different setup with the POCO X4 Pro here. Standard polycarbonate plastic material here with the POCO X3 Pro, guys, so it does feel cheaper in the hands, while the POCO X4 Pro feels more premium. But what I love about it, that the slightly soft edges of the POCO X3 Pro makes it more comfortable, while the POCO, for one hand use, while the POCO X4 Pro, because it does have this chocolate sharp edge design, it's not that easy to hold it in one hand as the POCO X3 Pro. Just a small thoughts from my side, guys. Anyway, we're gonna go back here. Of course, we're gonna do now the screen comparison. We have a 6.67 inch with both of them. We have, regarding the cameras, we're gonna talk about the cameras later on. I'll be showing you, of course, the camera samples. So now let's just focus with the display, 6.67 inch with both of them. We have LCD IPS panel with the POCO X3 Pro and AMOLED panel with the POCO X4 Pro, guys. So it's a big difference here in the quality, in the richness, in the brightness. We'll be showing obviously the viewing angles. Check it out, guys, the viewing angles. Do I need to show you anything else? Do I need to show you anything else? So we have a 450 nits screen brightness versus 1200 nits peak brightness of the POCO X4 Pro. So this is a huge difference in the price tag. You get much more in the display side, in the design side. Maybe POCO X3 Pro wins, obviously, not maybe, for sure POCO X3 Pro is 2.5 times faster for gaming, etc. But for everyday apps, it's not that a huge difference. It's just in the gaming and emulation you can notice that difference, man. A huge difference. So there you go. 120 hertz high refresh rate with both of these devices. Of course, we have a beautiful screen to body. Of course, screen to body ratio is great even with the POCO X3 Pro, even if it's one year old. Still the great screen to body ratio, very thin bezels. But again, new upgraded version of the POCO X4 Pro right now, it just makes it even more beautiful. Anyway, let's go next here. What else we have? So 395 ppi pixel, of course, screen density pixels per inches, 1500 with 1 contrast ratio for the POCO X3 Pro, 4.5 million with 1 contrast ratio for the POCO X4 Pro. So it's a huge difference, guys. Touch sampling 240 hertz versus 360 hertz. Also for the gaming, touch sampling will be faster here. The input of your touch will be faster with the POCO X4 Pro on the right side, guys. Remember that. TUV Rainland eye comfort certification. Let me just go here. Beautiful. With both of these devices, we have Corning Gorilla Glass 6 with the POCO X3 Pro, while Corning Gorilla Glass 5 with the POCO X4 Pro, guys. DCI-P3 HDR10 certified panels with both of these devices. And again, guys, a huge difference in the quality of the screen. Check it out, this here. Score, of course, if you care a lot for watching videos, entertainment purposes, YouTube, you will have to go. It's just smart move to go the POCO X4 Pro. It's smart move. Anyway, guys, I think this is it. I don't need to show you anything else. We showed you all this stuff right now. Of course, you saw how it looks like, the viewing angle, the screen brightness, and checking different, of course, wallpapers. That should be it. Anyway, let's go now move to the speaker side. Let's go. There we go. POCO X3 Pro first. Max volume. Also has dual speakers. Both of them have dual speakers. Let's go with POCO X4 Pro. POCO X3 Pro. Let's go POCO X4 Pro. X4. Okay, ninjas, it's noticeable. It's noticeable that the POCO X4 Pro also has a richer sound coming from these two speakers, guys. And not a big difference. I can't say it's 50, 70, 80, 100% better, louder. It's not. It just that maybe around 20%, 25% louder, and maybe around 30, 40% more quality, better quality sound chip inside of this POCO X4 Pro. So here you go, guys. Visual and sound, obviously video and audio aspect of these two phones. Easy win for the POCO X4 Pro, guys. Fact is a fact, man. We can't run behind that. I know that a lot of people bash POCO X4 Pro because it doesn't have a powerful chip as the POCO X3 Pro. But guys, Corona time, war time, everything went up, prices went up. You get this phone for $240, man, with a $10 discount coupon, which I'm going to provide you in the description. It's an amazing device for $240. Yes, I told you again, we have to say that it's not fast in gaming as POCO X3 Pro, but it does offer a lot more, man, and upgrades are there. You can't say that there's no upgrade. That's just simply a blatant lie. Anyway, now we're gonna go to the camera department. I think that's it. Maybe I'm gonna show you a little bit. Do we have here a little bit of the, of course, screenshots of my benchmarks? Stay tuned. And we have it. That's on the left side, POCO X3 Pro, guys, Snapdragon 860. And this is Snapdragon 695. Check it out in the Geekbench 5. Not that huge difference, to be honest, not that huge difference on the single core performance and multi-core performance. Multi-core performance, it is a big difference there, to be honest, but single core performance is not that huge, bro. That's just 100 points up. Let's go now to Antutu. Check it out, Antutu, guys. Okay, big difference there. That's a big difference there, especially in the GPU. You can see by yourself, GPU 100% faster. And indeed it is. It is at least 2 times faster than the POCO X4 Pro, the POCO X3 Pro. So if you care a lot, if your major purchase of your phone is regarding the gaming, you should still go for the POCO X3 Pro, guys. I'm always real with you, so you know this. Anyway, that should be it. Let's go now with the camera department, shall we? Here we have them. Beautiful, beautiful cameras. So with the POCO X3 Pro, guys, we have additional one extra camera. So quad camera setup versus triple camera setup on the back. So remember, main camera Sony IMX582 with the POCO X3 Pro 48 megapixel, and we have a Samsung S5K HM2 sensor 108 megapixel camera on the POCO X4 Pro. Ultra wide is 8 megapixel with both of them. Unknown sensor with the POCO X3 Pro. Sony sensor IMX355 with the POCO X4 Pro. Macro lens, and we have portrait depth sensor lens 2 megapixel with the POCO X3 Pro. 20 megapixel front camera and 16 megapixel front camera with of course with the POCO X4 Pro. And you will see right now immediately the differences in the camera department altogether. Tell me what do you think, which phone wins overall. Spoiler alert, what can I tell you immediately? That unfortunately POCO X4 Pro can't win regarding the video quality stability next to POCO X3 Pro. Snapdragon 860, it seems that has way more kind of, let's just say, power features in that chip integrated there regarding the camera performances, so it can easily outperform in many different segments this 108 megapixel sensor with the POCO X4 Pro. But you judge by yourself, of course. Remember, the buying links will be in the description. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Enjoy in this last part and see you till next time. And remember, you can buy POCO X4 Pro on hacker.com with the $10 off, and the POCO X3 Pro on AliExpress and Banggood. All the links in the description. Assalamu. Jess, welcome back. This is a camera comparison, POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro. Judge by yourself which phone has a better video quality altogether, of course, and sharpness, plus we're judging the video stability. I'm gonna just start to work right now. Judge, of course, the mic quality of these two phones while recording with different selfie camera. Now the sun is just hitting directly in my face. And just welcome back. This is ultra wide camera lens test comparison, POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro. So you judge by yourself which phone has a better video stability and better sharpness with the ultra wide. Awesome, let's go next. Okay, this is POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro 1080p handheld footage test. You judge by yourself. What do you think? Which phone has a better video stability? Of course, I think everybody will know here it's a really huge difference in a camera video department, guys. Yes, POCO X4 Pro indeed does have a 108 megapixel camera lens, but we also have to judge the other aspect. Okay, just welcome back. This is a camera comparison test, POCO X3 Pro versus POCO X4 Pro. This is a test at the night. Check it out. 1080p 30 fps. Unfortunately, the downside of the POCO X4 Pro, there is no 4K support, neither 60 fps 1080p support, which is really kind of crazy, man. For the same price tag, you get less in the camera department for the video recording. And just welcome back. This is a camera comparison, POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro. Judge by yourself which phone has a better video quality altogether, of course, and sharpness, plus we're judging the video stability. I'm gonna just start to work right now. Judge, of course, the mic quality of these two phones while recording with different selfie camera. Now the sun is just hitting directly in my face. Check this out. Just a half minute 40-second test, and that's it. Thank you. Let's go next. And Jess, welcome back. This is a camera comparison, POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro. Judge by yourself which phone has a better video quality altogether, of course, and sharpness, plus we're judging the video stability. I'm gonna just start to work right now. Judge, of course, the mic quality of these two phones while recording with different selfie camera. Now the sun is just hitting directly in my face. Check this out. Just a half minute 40-second test, and that's it. Thank you. Let's go next. Okay, this is POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro 1080p handheld footage test. You judge by yourself. What do you think? Which phone has a better video stability? Of course, I think everybody will know here it's a really huge difference in a camera video department, guys. Yes, POCO X4 Pro indeed does have a 108 megapixel camera lens, but we also have to judge the other aspect of the camera, man. And that is that the video stability on POCO X3 Pro is better. Better. Okay, this is POCO X4 Pro versus POCO X3 Pro 1080p handheld footage test. You judge by yourself. What do you think? Which phone has a better video stability? Of course, I think everybody will know here it's a really huge difference in a camera video department, guys. Yes, POCO X4 Pro indeed does have a 108 megapixel camera lens, but we also have to judge the other aspect of the camera, man. And that is that the video stability on POCO X3 Pro is better. Better.
Information making me question our relation to donation, our religion, super solid, my existence can't resistance. Really, I found myself living inside a shell. All of these pages can't gather my introspect.